Whether she is right or wrong, the reality is the jury listened to Amber Heard's testimony, and they determined she was lying. Her trial against Johnny Depp was one of the most publicized and shared in human history. After a jury found that Depp was entitled to $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages under the $50 million he sued for, Amber's lawyer Elaine Bredehoft told Today the Aquaman 2 star was demonized by Depp's team during the case and that they won't be paying for the damages. Weeks later, it has now become clear that they have a strategy to avoid honoring the court's ruling. So what does Amber have up her sleeves? Let's find out. Immediately after the verdict was delivered, Amber Heard's lawyer said the actress was unable to pay millions of dollars in damages awarded to Johnny Depp after the former couple's long-running defamation trial came to an end. A number of things were allowed in this court that should not have been allowed, and it caused the jury to be confused, she said. When host Savannah Guthrie asked if Amber would be able to pay the $10.4 million in damages, Elaine responded, "Oh no, absolutely not." Then the team regrouped and came back with a distraction. "We want the verdict overturned." That is the strategy Amber hopes to employ to avoid settling the debt. The verdict is excessive as a matter of law in light of the evidence and should be set aside, the actress, through her lawyers, laments. For all the reasons set forth above and for the reasons set forth on the record during the hearings and at the trial, in the motions in Lyman and motions to strike, Ms. Heard respectfully requests this court to set aside the jury verdict in favor of Mr. Depp and against Ms. Heard in its entirety, dismiss the complaint, or in the alternative, order a new trial. The statement continues, Ms. Heard further requests this court to investigate potential improper juror service and take appropriate action warranted by the results of the investigation. The actress's lawyers claim that one of the jurors during the trial was not properly vetted by the court and that information was inconsistent. The information on the jury panel list appears to be inconsistent with the identity and demographics of one of the jurors, the document, signed by Amber's lawyer Elaine Bredehoft, states. Juror number 15 was apparently born in 1970, not 1945, as reported to and relied upon the parties, including Ms. Heard, in selecting a jury panel. The filing added that the damages awarded to Depp following the verdict, which totaled $15 million, were excessive and indefensible. Elaine previously vowed that her client would appeal the decision in the lawsuit and that she has excellent grounds to do so, saying that there was so much evidence that was not included during the trial. On his part, Depp said he felt at peace and was truly humbled after winning the lawsuit, adding that his decision to pursue the case was only made after considerable thought, and his goal was to reveal the truth regardless of the outcome. Throughout the trial, which included testimony from actress Ellen Barkin and supermodel Kate Moss, and even prompted DC Films and Warner Brothers to issue a statement regarding Amber's role in the upcoming Aquaman sequel, the mother of one spoke about the physical and mental abuse she allegedly endured. Her lawyer further cited the recent verdict in a 2020 case in which Depp lost a libel suit against the British publication The Sun for its coverage of the couple, particularly for labeling Depp a wife-beater in its reporting. And the court found there, and we weren't allowed to tell the jury this, but the court found that Mr. Depp had committed at least 12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence against Amber, Elaine told Today. So what did Depp's team learn from this? Demonize Amber and suppress the evidence? Anyone keen enough would easily tell that Amber's camp gave a signal that they won't accept the verdict, and in turn avoid paying the damages as directed by the Virginia court. Depp has always insisted the case wasn't about the money, and it wouldn't bother him once if Amber decides to walk past the order. Through his lawyers, Depp said he was satisfied with his total win in the defamation suit against his ex-wife. We obviously can't disclose attorney-client communications, but as Mr. Depp testified, this was never about money for Mr. Depp, Ben Chu said in an interview when asked about Amber Heard's fear of being left impoverished. This was about restoring his reputation, and he's done that. It was a total win for Johnny, the star's attorney added. During the televised interview, Chu also went on to say that the Pirates of the Caribbean star was over the moon when the verdict was read out in his favor. Like the weight of the world had been taken off his shoulders, he said, adding, "And I feel that finally after 6 years, he's gotten his life back. This means that the beloved actor wasn't really interested in monetary benefits, but to him, it was all about clearing his name. So whether Amber decides to pay or pass, Depp will be moving on with his life and new projects. If you were in Johnny Depp's shoes, what would you do? Let us know in the comments below. In our upcoming videos, we'll be bringing you more of such amazing content. So be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't get to miss any of them.